personalities
Well, we
between
had
you?
sometimes conflicting views, shall we say, on things, which I think is good and healthy.
The line between acting tough and actually fighting is huge, and Lancaster is about to learn that the hard way. His response shows a dangerous mix of pride and pure bad judgment, the kind that makes a man challenge power he doesn't truly understand. Lancaster fires back with confidence and attitude. He looks straight at Wayne and basically throws down the gauntlet. He says, "Duke, I'm not some star-struck kid who's impressed by your tough guy image. I've been in real fights, faced real danger. You've spent 40 years pretending to be what I actually am." That statement right there is Lancaster's biggest mistake. It exposes how badly he misread the situation and the man standing in front of him. John Wayne didn't build his reputation just by playing heroes on camera. The man spent 4 decades handling difficult actors, stubborn producers, and chaotic film sets that could explode at any moment. He carried himself with quiet authority, the kind that comes from real confidence, not a performance. Wayne doesn't yell. He doesn't puff his chest. Instead, he speaks almost in a whisper, but somehow it feels heavier than shouting. He calmly says, "Burt, you want to find out what I am versus what you think you are? Step forward and we'll settle this right now. No cameras, no directors, no stuntmen, just 2 men determining who's what." That moment changes everything. Lancaster makes the call that will haunt him for the rest of his life. He accepts the challenge. In his mind, the math is simple. He's younger, faster, trained as an acrobat with sharp reflexes. Wayne is older, bigger, slower, or at least that's what Lancaster believes. So Lancaster throws the first punch. His fist cracks into Wayne's jaw, splitting the Duke's lip and snapping his head back against a fence post. For a brief second, Lancaster feels proud. He actually landed a clean hit on John Wayne. The legend just took a shot, and Lancaster thinks he proved something big. But that feeling lasts about 2 seconds. Wayne recovers instantly, and the change is terrifying. He shoves himself off the fence post with explosive force and drives a massive right hand straight into Lancaster's solar plexus. The impact is brutal. Lancaster's feet literally lift off the ground as the air blasts out of his lungs. He folds over, gasping, trying to breathe, but nothing comes. All those circus-trained abs do nothing against a punch that feels like a hammer. Wayne doesn't give him a second to recover. His left hand grabs Lancaster's shirt and jerks him upright like he weighs nothing. Then Wayne's right fist slams into Lancaster's face with a sickening crack. The sound echoes across the set as Lancaster's nose bursts with blood and his eyes flood with tears. Lancaster tries to swing back, throwing desperate punches, but they land weak or miss completely. Wayne blocks some, absorbs others, barely reacting. Then comes another crushing blow. Wayne's fist smashes into Lancaster's temple and spins him sideways. Lancaster crashes hard into a camera dolly, sending the equipment tumbling across the desert floor with a metallic crash that sounds like gunfire. Everyone on set freezes, cast members, crew, technicians. Nobody moves as they watch the shocking scene unfold. Wayne isn't acting. There are no choreographed moves, no stunt doubles, no director yelling cut. Lancaster's athletic background suddenly means nothing. All that circus training, flexibility, and flashy movement can't compete with Wayne's massive size, raw strength, and the burning anger that comes from having his authority challenged in front of everyone. Wayne grabs Lancaster by the hair and yanks his head back. In the same motion, he drives his knee straight into Lancaster's ribs. A sharp crack cuts through the air, loud enough that people nearby wince. The sound suggests something in those ribs just gave way. Lancaster screams, not the controlled cry of a trained actor performing for cameras. This is a raw, high-pitched howl from someone feeling real pain for the first time in a long time. Wayne looks down at him with cold focus and says, "You wanted to know what real fighting looks like, Burt?" His voice stays calm, almost flat, like a man explaining something simple. Then he continues, Real fighting isn't choreographed. Real fighting doesn't stop when someone yells cut. Real fighting ends when one man can't get up anymore. Lancaster tries to crawl away across the dusty ground. His coordination, once impressive under the bright lights of Hollywood, completely falls apart now. Blood pours from his broken nose and runs straight into his eyes. His white shirt is ruined, covered in dirt, sweat, and dark red stains. His carefully styled hair is now packed with dry desert dust. The transformation is shocking. Just minutes ago, he stood there like a confident leading man. Now he looks like someone who walked straight into a fight he never understood. The shift from cocky star to battered victim happens in less than 3 minutes. Wayne throws Lancaster down again and stands over him, watching closely. He waits to see if the lesson has finally sunk in. Lancaster struggles to breathe. Each breath comes in painful gasps. His ribs shoot sharp waves of pain through his chest every time he tries to pull air into his lungs. Through swollen, watery eyes, Lancaster looks up at Wayne, and what he sees makes his stomach drop. Wayne shows no anger, no excitement, no satisfaction, just complete indifference. That cold look hits harder than any punch. But Wayne isn't done yet. He grabs Lancaster's shirt again and drags him back to his feet. It's one final demonstration, a clear line between Hollywood posturing and real authority. Then comes the last punch. Wayne's fist slams into Lancaster's jaw with crushing force. The impact drops Lancaster instantly. His body collapses into the dusty ground, completely unconscious. Wayne stands over him, breathing heavy but steady. Despite the brutal fight, he doesn't look exhausted at all. He slowly scans the crowd of cast and crew members watching nearby. One by one, he makes eye contact with them. Everyone understands exactly what they just witnessed. This wasn't entertainment. It wasn't acting. It was a brutal reminder of how power worked on that set. Finally, Wayne speaks again, his voice calm like nothing unusual just happened. He says, "Somebody get Mr. Lancaster to the hospital." Then he adds, "When he wakes up, tell him his scenes have been rewritten. He won't be needing as many lines anymore." Good. With that, Wayne turns around and walks back to his director's chair like it's just another normal workday. He sits down, dusts off his hands, and says, "Let's get back to work. We've got a movie to finish." The crew jumps into action immediately. Nobody argues. Nobody hesitates. If anything, their respect for Wayne just doubled after watching him completely overpower someone who dared challenge him in public. Lancaster is rushed to a hospital in Durango. Doctors confirm the damage: broken nose, cracked ribs, and a serious concussion that leaves him unconscious for 6 long hours. When he finally wakes up, the first thing he sees is his reflection in a mirror. His face is swollen, bruised, nearly unrecognizable. The marks left behind become permanent reminders of that brutal clash. Soon the story spreads through Hollywood like wildfire, but every version sounds a little different. Some people claim it was just a rough fight between 2 tough actors. Others describe it as a one-sided beating delivered by a man who refused to tolerate disrespect. The truth probably sits somewhere in the middle, but the lesson was clear to everyone who heard the story. Lancaster's career never fully rebounds after the incident, not because of the injuries, but because of the damage to his reputation. All over Hollywood, people start whispering the same thing. Lancaster is the guy who challenged John Wayne and paid the price for it. After the incident, producers start looking at Lancaster differently. They begin to question his reliability and judgment. In an industry built on reputation, word travels fast. Other actors keep their distance too, treating him with that careful caution people use around someone who clearly misread a dangerous situation. Production on The Undefeated continues, but the atmosphere between the 2 men has completely changed. Lancaster now delivers a quiet, restrained performance that feels nothing like his earlier confidence. The bold attitude is gone, replaced with careful professionalism and noticeable respect. The filming style even reflects the shift. Many of Lancaster's remaining scenes are written with less dialogue and more physical distance from Wayne. In every frame they share, the visual message is clear. Wayne dominates the screen presence completely. The moment spreads through Hollywood quickly. Directors who once might have pushed back on Wayne's creative opinions suddenly think twice. Actors who once competed with him for roles or billing now recognize something important. Wayne's authority goes beyond popularity. It carries real weight. Lancaster finishes his work on the film and leaves the production immediately after shooting wraps. He tells people he needs to return to Los Angeles for other commitments. But one thing becomes clear over time. He never works with John Wayne again. He never brings up the fight in interviews. And he never again challenges another actor's authority in public. That harsh lesson delivered in the Mexican desert stays with him for the rest of his career. Years later, near the end of his acting life, Lancaster sits down for one final interview before retirement. During the conversation, a reporter eventually asks about his experience working with John Wayne. Lancaster pauses before answering. Then he says carefully, "Duke was a professional who demanded excellence from everyone around him. I learned a great deal from observing his approach to filmmaking and his commitment to getting things right." The answer sounds respectful, but also very controlled. The reporter senses there's more behind the story and presses him for more details about their relationship on set. This time, Lancaster's response reveals just how much his perspective changed. He says, "John Wayne taught me that there's a difference between acting tough and being tough. Some lessons you never forget, and some teachers you never challenge twice." Those words carry a lot of meaning. Interestingly, Wayne himself never talks publicly about the fight. To him, it's just a small moment that doesn't deserve much attention. When interviewers ask about difficult co-stars or conflicts on set, Wayne usually keeps his answers short and diplomatic. He often says, "I've worked with professional actors and amateurs. The professionals last longer in this business." But behind the scenes, the story becomes part of Hollywood legend. The message spreads across the industry without Wayne ever needing to repeat it himself. Respect can be earned through talent and professionalism, but open disrespect can bring fast consequences. The deeper meaning behind the Wayne-Lancaster clash says a lot about Hollywood's power structure. Even in an industry filled with glamour, cameras, and polished public images, the same basic human dynamics still apply. Authority, reputation, and confidence still shape how people move through the system. Many film historians later point to the Wayne-Lancaster confrontation as a moment that showed how personal conflicts could shift power in Hollywood. Wayne's reaction proved something important to the people around him. He wasn't just a popular movie star. He was someone determined to protect his position when it was challenged. Stories like this continue to fascinate film fans even today because they reveal the intense personalities behind the cameras and the moments that shaped Hollywood history. Stories like this remind us that behind the polished image of Hollywood, there were real personalities, real egos, and sometimes very real confrontations. The film industry has always been filled with powerful figures, and moments like the clash between John Wayne and Burt Lancaster became the kind of story people whispered about for years. On the surface, Hollywood often looks glamorous and perfectly controlled. Cameras, scripts, lighting, and carefully planned performances make everything appear smooth and professional. But behind the scenes, strong personalities sometimes collide in ways nobody expects. What makes this story so fascinating isn't just the tension between two major stars. It's the way one moment can change how people in the industry see each other. Reputation in Hollywood travels fast, and once a story spreads through studios, casting offices, and production sets, it can shape careers for years. For many people who worked in the business at that time, the story became a reminder that confidence and respect both play huge roles in an actor's career. Talent matters, professionalism matters, and understanding the dynamics of a film set matters too. And that's why stories from classic Hollywood still grab attention today. They reveal the human side of legendary stars, the rivalries, the pride, the misunderstandings, and the intense moments that never made it onto the screen. Fans often remember the famous scenes and iconic characters, but the real-life stories behind the cameras can sometimes be even more dramatic. Over the years, Hollywood has seen many strong personalities share the same set. Some collaborations created legendary friendships, while others created tension that people talked about for decades. Moments like these became part of the industry's hidden history. They remind us that the people we see on screen are still human beings with emotions, ambitions, and sometimes very strong reactions when their reputation is challenged. And that's exactly why these stories continue to capture curiosity even generations later. If you enjoy hearing about the dramatic rivalries, surprising confrontations, and powerful personalities that shaped classic Hollywood, then you're in the right place. There are so many incredible behind-the-scenes stories that most people have never heard before, from legendary actors clashing on set, to intense studio power struggles, to shocking moments that changed careers overnight. Hollywood history is full of unforgettable stories. So if you enjoyed this video and want to hear more fascinating stories like this one, make sure you hit the like button. It really helps the video reach more viewers who love classic film history. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next story. There are many more incredible Hollywood moments coming your way, and you definitely won't want to miss them. And I'd love to hear your thoughts too. Drop a comment below and tell me what you think about this story. Do you believe moments like this really shaped Hollywood's power structure? Or do you think these stories sometimes grow bigger over time? Your comments always make these discussions even more interesting. Thanks again for watching and supporting the channel. I truly appreciate every like, every comment, and every new subscriber who joins this growing community of classic Hollywood fans. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video.